Here is Barrett, corner three, got it! 2-point game.
All right, New York Knicks fans, it's Tim with the Online Big Blue, bringing you the best in New York Knicks sports talk and entertainment. Oh, what a stinker. 104-98 loss to the Magic. I'm thinking about it, and I'm calling it.
It is my professional opinion that now is the time to panic.
I'm not sure if it's just me talking out my tuckish or if I don't know what, but something is seriously going awry in Nickland. To drop another home loss to the Orlando Magic, the 4-11 Orlando Magic, 104-98. Something's just not right with the Knicks. It's just, something's just not right. Something's just not clicking right now. Tibbs came out there before the game and said that the Magic are dangerous. But there's no way we should have lost to this team at home. No way in hell. It's the second loss to the Magic in 3 weeks. After 15 games, the Knicks are 8-7, 3-5 at the Garden. Even Randall came out and said, it's just weird out there right now. The best way to describe it, a little choppy. It's a little weird. The chemistry's not there yet. Like the flow of the game, it doesn't feel like the flow and the chemistry are there yet. We're going to talk about Julius Randle in a minute because I got a thought process on him as well. The Knicks starters, again, came out a little flat. Obi Toppin had a career high of 14 points, including 2 3-pointers in the fourth quarter. But then we had two bad, sloppy turnovers that cost us at the end. Turnovers are always going to kill you. Quickly, who, of course, was the big hero against the Pacers, threw away a pass that was kind of picked off by Terrence Ross for a breakaway dunk. And even Rose had a pass to old R.J. Barrett picked off by Suggs. And that led to an alley-oop to Wendell Carter with just under a minute to play. It's just another bad loss. Obi Toppin to me has got to get some more minutes. He's got to get something. Asked to explain his choppiness comment, Randall came out and said, sometimes I'll be intended, trying to let the other people do their thing and play off of him. Sometimes we see things happen in a game and you get over-aggressive. Everyone's heart and intentions are in the right places. You get over-aggressive trying to make things happen, but there's just offensively. Defensively, I don't understand. That's my thing. The problem is, like I said, I've watched all the games. I've gone back and watched some of the games. You give up 32 points to the Magic in the fourth. They gave up 31. You only drop 18 in the third. There's the problem right there. You're not scoring in the second. You're not coming back and opening it up in the second half. And then you're collapsing defensively in the fourth, even though you're scoring some points. And everyone's going to say, well, we need to move the starters around. We need to do this. We need to do that. Your second unit really is at times is the only thing that's clicking. There's no way that you can turn around and just change up the starters. Because like I said, you don't want to screw with something that's working. You need to fix what's not working. And right now, Randall's shooting 4 for 10 from three-point land and Barrett 0 for 7. There's a problem there. Right there. And even old steady Mr. Burks, 4 for 12 from three-point land. Are we seeing an issue yet? Are we seeing this? 16 for 49. You're going to shoot 49 threes against any team. Yeah, you made 32%, but you have 3 guys. You have 3 guys that went 8 for 29. That's a problem. You're hoisting up too many threes offensively. My biggest concern about Julius Randle, and he, of course, people are going to look at it, he was a minus 21. My biggest concern about Julius Randle is and has been since that playoff series that he's going to try to come out and do too much. That he is going to try to facilitate the action more than he should. And people are going to say, well, Tim, he only shot 11 times. Yeah, but he took 10 3-pointers. You're 4 for 11 and you take 10 3-pointers. That means you only took one shot within the 2-point range. Julius Randle's strength is not sitting there and shooting threes. That's not his strength. He needs to play around the basket. He needs to attack the basket. He needs to create and facilitate his own shot. He needs to be within, like, I would say 7 to 10 feet away from the basket to be totally effective. Sitting out there and taking 10 3-pointers out of your 11 shots and then saying there's an offensive issue with the continuity of the offense, there's the issue right there. You're a power forward. You're not a shooting guard. You only came down with 5 rebounds and 0 offensive rebounds. 0 offensive rebounds in 32 minutes from our power forward. That's an issue. Mitchell Robinson, 8 offensive rebounds out of his 11. Good game, 11 rebounds, 13 points. Only 1 block. And again, our second unit is leading the blocks. Obi Toppin with 1 block. Gibson with 3. Derrick Rose with 2. And Derrick Rose had his problems tonight as well. Everyone's going to have an off night. The only problem is our starters are having off nights consistently. And I think, and we're not even going to get into Evan. Evan dropped another 2 for 6 for 5 in 21 minutes. He's looking, you don't want to call him a bust after only 15 games, but because he's a professional scorer. I hope he'll get it right. And I'm not blaming Kemba Walker either. I am thinking, though, we need to find someone that's more of a facilitator. Quickly led the team with 7 assists in his 24 minutes. Here's our problem. We're taking too many threes, and we're not playing defense like we did last year. Those are your big problems. Nerlens Noel, that's kind of a loss still. And I know he's kind of an ancillary player, but he does play quality minutes, and he does play minutes in regards to, being a defensive stopper. We need to focus on the offense, though. I think Tibbs can fix the defense, but we need to focus on the offense. We have to focus on the fluidity of the offense. We need more ball movement. We have to stop hoisting up 49 threes. 49 threes. And we only went to the free throw line 12 times. That tells me again, we are not attacking the basket. We are not, that music's coming in early because you know what? For some reason they wanted me to end this show early, but we're not going to end this show early. We're not ending the show early. It was a mistake. But we're hoisting up too much. We're hoisting up too much, and we're not attacking the basket. We don't have the same ball movement that we did last year. And the biggest issue that we are going to have now is we are going to go into a part of the schedule which is going to be a killer. And we talked about this. We talked about this yesterday or the day before. I don't remember what day we talked about it. But after the Rocket game, after the Houston game, you have Chicago, the Lakers, Phoenix, Atlanta, Brooklyn, Chicago, Denver, San Antonio. That's between now and December 7th. And then you go to Indiana, Toronto, Milwaukee, and then Golden State. And then Houston, then Boston. This is a tough part of the schedule, guys. If we don't figure it out soon, you potentially could drop 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games in a row. Literally. And like I said, I wanted to talk about Randall a minute. Randall, to me, is just trying to do too much. And hoisting up all those threes shows what he's trying to do. Shows that he's trying to do too much. But he's got to play more of his own game. He's got to play more within himself. I'm using the old coach's cliche. You got to play within yourself. And that's what he needs to do. The points will come for Randall. But I think he's thinking he needs to be the superstar. You have pieces around you now, Julius. And I know you talk about how you're letting them play, but you know what? Letting them play does not mean you take 10 3-pointers out of 11 shots. You need to play your game. And you haven't been playing it now consistently throughout this season. It's time to go back to basics. It's time it's time to find, we need to find a facilitator. We need better ball movement, and we need to play the defense that we played last year, because we can't lose these games to the Magic, especially not with the schedule we have coming up. And again, this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best of New York Knicks sports talk and entertainment. And as always, if you could like, maybe subscribe, leave that play, think of the means.